Hi guys, Michelle here to go over item entry on a few different items, more of like a rapid pace for different types of stuff. So if when I'm doing item entry, I'm usually in items, which is located in inventory items. And when you have the barcode scanner attached to the POS station or to the laptop, whatever you're using, the barcode scanner reads the 10, 11 digit, whatever number it is, and then it actually hits return or enter. So when you scan something, it's actually going to type that barcode number in here into this item number lookup, and it's going to hit enter, as in search. So if I wanted to, I've got my master list here that I'm going to be entering stuff in. So this summer snooze bear and hammock, if I copied this and pasted that or scanned it, it would paste the number in there, the UPC in there, and then hit enter. And if it's in the system, it finds the item like it just did, and here's all the data. If it's not in the system, this guy here, excuse me. So if I want to look up a new item, I can just hit the plus sign, or I can hit the back sign. Either does the same thing to get you a new item. So if it's not in the item, I scan it. It doesn't find it. It's not going to tell you because you're not in the touchscreen. But what it does is it puts that number in there in gray and then gives you a description. This is not how we add items here. We don't, our item numbers are not that UPC. So in order to back out of this, to realize that you didn't just find it, you're going to hit the back button, say yes, and then you know that that item is actually an item that you have to enter. So how this works is if you want to create a new item from scratch, you would hit auto assign. And then when you actually save this, it will actually auto assign that number, whatever the next sequential number is in the system. Your description is going to be whatever description you give this or whatever is appropriate. The price, I think I went over this the other day, but the item type is generally going to be inventory. Most of our stuff is stuff that we would, in a normal scenario, inventory. Non-inventoried item might be something like the wreath picks. We might use non-inventory for that because we're probably not going to count those every year. Service would be labor or some other kind of service type thing. Maybe a class, we might use service. And then discount actually takes money off of an item. So generally, if somebody's entering items that's not me, you're probably always picking inventory. Tracking method is always normal. And then price one in blue, if you notice the blue things are what's required. That's why they're all automatically populated. But price one is what we're selling it for. So back in our list here on this item, we're going to sell, I didn't save this, but I was using this file somewhere else. So let's figure this out. Let me get my calculator. So it costs us $30 times 2 times 1.13. That's what we use for all of our giftware type stuff. So $67.80 should be the retail. So I'm going to bump it up to $67.99. So $67.99 is going to be our retail. Our last cost was $30. The tax kit, you leave all of these alone. Discountable, generally you're going to check unless it's like labor or service or like a class. But again, everybody that's not me should, it just all gonna, you're just gonna flow down. So it is taxable, it's discountable. Tax category stays blank. Category will be what's appropriate. This is garden decor. This is like a statue. So it's going to go under garden decor. And then this is a statue. So it's going to go under statue. And you can type in there just like when you're looking up. It's going to go under statue. And then the default account code is store. This is where you want to, where copying is useful because then you don't forget to change this, because this is more or less where the money goes in the, where the money's flowing in the buckets for on the business office. So this is probably one of the more important parts of item entry, is that the money's going where it's supposed to go. In this case, it's a garden gallery, like gift type item. So it's going to go under garden center gift gallery shop sales. The barcode is the barcode. If you were entering something that is non-barcoded, you would hit this auto assign and it would auto populate a barcode for you. The vendor that this came from was Arette. I know the number, so I'm typing it in there, but if you don't know, you would just go in here and you would type in Evergreen or whatever and it would pop up. And then you'll see when you tab through, it actually will populate the description, so you're sure you got the right stuff. And then the vendor item number is what the vendor calls this item. A lot of the gift gallery decor type stuff have these item numbers, and we want to use them. Everything from Arette and HB Davis, they all have vendor item numbers. Everything else that we grow, none of that really it doesn't have a vendor or a vendor item number, because we haven't really done that the correct way yet. So for now, those would both be blank. If you were entering like a mum pot, you would leave those blank, but you would hit auto assign. Okay, so stocking unit is pretty much always each. The only ones that we've used that are not each, that we might buy it in a different quantity, but when we sell it, pretty much everything we sell is always in each. The only thing that we've used is, other than each, is a yard for bulk mulch and stuff. So that is the basic item entry. When I hit save right now, it saves and I've lost my stuff, but if I sort this descending so I can get my last item, there's my divine, that's what I just entered, so I'm going to pull it back up. So there's three things that you have to keep aware of. If this description was longer than what fit here, you would go into description, in long description, and physically write out everything that's there. Because when you search by something, if I like, this SM is abbreviating for small right now. So if I wanted to make sure that if I typed in small, I found this item, I would write in here, copy that. I would write small in here, just to make sure that if I was searching for small and I wanted to be sure I found this item, you would have to do that. Small actually might fit up here. It does, so it's not really necessary that I put this in here, but that's what you would do. So if it was like ground clear weed and grass killer concentrate 32-ounce with handheld sprayer, like none of that whole thing's not going to fit up here. So you would put all the keywords that you could in here to make sure that you would find it on a search. The next piece is units. So like I said, this is where we sell everything as an each, but maybe we bought this as like a 2-pack, or it was a case of ortho, it would be like a 12-pack. You would put the appropriate buying unit in here so that when we go to purchase, it would be in there. So let me show you another one just to make sure you guys got this down, but we'll hit save. That one's done. Let's just enter another one so you can just see a few of these here. So let's go to my next one. Take the item number. We'll see if it finds that. It didn't. So I'm going to back out. Yes, because I want to actually do this the right way. So the other way to enter items is that, what I just showed you was from scratch, which you're going to do, a handful of times. The other way to do this is copy from. And copy from makes entering lots of items quickly, easy, but you have to be conscious of a few other things when you're doing that. So let's say I'm going to copy from the item that I just entered. I'm going to say, okay. And then it's going to give me that description, the one that we just had, but it will auto-populate all the stuff that we just had from that item. So the price, the categories, the account codes, everything but the barcode, the vendor item number, and the description are populated. The description actually is populated, but you have to be sure you change it. So I'm going to go to the description here, balancing a dream cherub. And then I'm going to paste that in my description. I'm going to find my new price. So they cost us $77.50. So $77.50 times 2 times 1.13. So $175.15. I'm going to do it for $174.99. $174.99. And then it cost us $77.50. If you forget to change this last cost before you hit save, and then you're like, oh shoot, I want to go back and fix that because I forgot, and it still says like $13 or something, that's the one thing that you can't change after you hit save. So if I hit save and it was wrong, the only way that that's actually going to update is once this item gets received. So it's not really a big deal, but it's not affecting anything either. So if it happens, it happens. Don't worry about it. So all of this is all still true. We're all leaving that alone. I'm going to paste my new UPC in here, and it's still a ret. And then I'm going to grab my new item number and paste that in here. And then I'm going to hit save. So the things we have to be cautious of when you do a copy from is that if there is existing units, let's see if I can find one for you. This one here. If there's existing units like 6 case in here, anything that's in the 6 case, anything that's in the alternate units will copy from your copy from. So will the long description. So if I created a new item right now and I did auto assign and I copied from this ground clear, and let's pretend that I'm entering, like, we'll just do the next one. This guy here, I know this one wasn't in here. So if I go to enter this one, I'm going to change my description. We'll change my price. It's $15.50. So we'll do $34.99. $34.99, and it cost me $15.50, right? Yep. $15.50. And then see how it copied everything from before. So now I make sure that I have to go in here and repick garden decor, and then there it goes. And then statue. And then I got to repick my stuff. So if you copy from the wrong thing, you have to make sure you're switching all this stuff. Barcode. It's also going to copy from that vendor. So this happened to be one from a ret, but I would have to switch evergreen, all that. But really why I wanted to show you this was that it's copying my units. So the ground clear gas killer comes in a 6 case. My item that you're entering is not, it's bought as an each. So I want to delete this out. And then the same thing here. I'm now on statue, moose, bear, and boat, but it copied my long description. So I want to make sure that you take this out, or that when you're doing copy froms that you're updating that stuff every time, or that you at least look to see if there is anything there, because otherwise I might have gone through and saved, 10 of these, and I'm copying from the same thing over and over again that happen to have a description. It's going to be there, like, I've changed this, 10 different times now, but all of my descriptions for all of them now say ground clear grass killer. So those are the things you have to be aware of if you're doing copy froms, that you have to make sure you're copying from things that have blank descriptions so you don't have to bother, or that you're copying things that are all 12 case or all 6 case. So pay attention to that. It's really efficient to do copy from, but only if you know what's going on behind the scenes. So then we'll hit save on this guy, and now that guy's done. Okay. The other one that I wanted to show you guys was how to enter, like, let's see if I can, actually, let me just end the video here and I'll do another one. So that's how you do single entry items, rather simple items for that kind of stuff. And I'll pick up another video here.